else we've had. We do these lives just to hang out with Logan and I. Sam.
That's the truth.
It's like, it's just an excuse. We're working. And really, we're probably going to go do something after this. You can go grab dinner or something.
That's right. How we doing?
Sam,
there we go. I think we're...
home needs more than just paint.
No, I'm watching videos. I don't know why I think it's live. I think we're good.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Backcountry Live. I'm Sam, and we got Logan here, and then Sam, the better Sam, behind the camera. So we're going to do the giveaway for the X2D Rideco goggles. So we chose someone in the comments. We'll get to who that is. And so first thing is because X2D Rideco sent me a bunch of stuff. They sent me a second pair to give to one of you guys, which is super awesome of them. So, big shout out to those guys. Anyways, I was looking around for a goggle that had magnets on the lens to be able to easily swap or remove the lens, which to me is a really big deal. Dirt bikers, dude, we burn through lenses and honestly, even in the wintertime, Logan knows, we end up bushwhacking, snowboarding, and my goggles get so scratched, and you spend so much money on an expensive pair of goggles, and then you go to try to replace the lens, and it's a nightmare. So with this, super easy. I mean, check this out. I mean, it's just like a drop it magnet, and it has two tabs here you push down to make sure they're in place, and that's it. So this is the clear one, and it comes with posts to do tear-offs. Also with the goggles, they have a goggle case, and this one that we're given to some lucky guy or gal it's got a lens in there that is like a red lens, and then they got a clear one as well. So just to show you, it has, it comes with the bags and everything, but here's the red lens, which I haven't even used yet because I've been using the clear one because that's what we use the most. So yeah, it's just a couple seconds, pop it off, grab this other one, and I even have the blackout lens, which is somewhere in here. It's in here. But really cool. Now, they look really big. And so one of the questions a lot of you guys have asked in the comments is will they actually fit in the helmet and they're not causing any issues? Well, with the Climb F3 carbon helmet, it fits perfect. And I have no airflow going through the nose or into the side or anything. And they don't feel like they're too big. It doesn't feel like they're hard to fit in there or anything like that. So, switch it back. So far, there's no downsides to them. The lenses have been really good. They feel really quality. I've been happy with the airflow and everything like that. So big win. All right. Later on, too, Logan and I are going to argue about what dirt bike we should replace his Beta 200 with. So, or maybe we should keep it. Are we being idiots? Every time we ride the Beta, we're like, we shouldn't sell it. And then we get off it and we forget. And then you're like, oh, well, let's try something different. Anyway, so, okay. All right. Really, all you guys came here for this. And we probably only have one person watching, which is Logan. If anyone's watching, thanks for joining us. We're going to kind of go through some of the comments. There's a bunch of them. We appreciate everyone that commented. It actually helps our videos out when you guys give us your 2 cents, so we'll appreciate that. So Gone Rippin', who this is the guy that we're choosing, or gal, I don't know who. Most of the people that watch our stuff are guys, let's be honest. Basically said, I should win these because I live in Idaho and do multiple sports. I can really test the range of the product from summer sports or winter sports and love the content you put out. So he's buttering us up. It's worked. We're going to give this to you. So what needs to happen is you need to send me an email, gonerippin@sam@ what we should do. What's the easiest one? sam@dirtbikesam.com. That one would be the easiest to get a hold of me. That way I can get your address and we can ship you your brand new pair of the X2D Ride Co. Like I said, these guys are from Idaho. They dirt bike, they snow bike, they snowmobile, they ski, they snowboard. Great company to support. Great product. I've been very happy with it so far. I don't have any complaints. And so congrats, Gone Rippin'. And I think we'll continue to do giveaways when I can get access to product, extra product especially, that I can give away. So, all right. We got anyone on? Just us? No one on the chat?
No chats yet.
All right.
Okay. A little bit longer.
Let's talk about, so the recent video, so this is, we own a couple different YouTube channels that we run. Solely Ryobi, which is a Ryobi channel. We have a snowgroomers.net, which is my main company where I build compact snow grooming equipment, but we're also starting a new channel called Dirt Bike Sam, which is dirt bike content. And on that one, we just did a video comparing the 2020 KTM 300 XCW and the Beta 200RR.
2019.
And it's a 2020, I think.
2020.
Yeah. It's not here. It's at the cabin. It's our cabin bike. Yeah. And that's the funny thing is it gets used all the time. The cabin, it has such a wide variety, but we got to sell one bike. Sam, who's behind the camera, showed up and he's like,
don't sell anything.
Yeah, he's like, is there more bikes in here? And then Logan's like, we're not selling bikes. And I was like, I wish I could keep every bike I owned. That would be awesome. But realistically, that's not. And we've got to sell a bike or maybe even two. So right now that's on the, the chopping block, so to speak, that leave our garage is the KTM 300 XCW and the Beta 200RR. And then whatever bike we feel is our favorite out of these two bikes. So we'll basically get rid of two bikes, but don't feel bad for us because we'll probably replace them. At least we'll sell two, probably replace with one, maybe two. We don't know yet. It just depends on what deals I can get or find. So as you guys know, we're big two-stroke guys, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Logan.
Love me the two-stroke.
Yeah, Logan, what's your thoughts on the Beta 200 and why we should keep it?
It's so versatile around the campsite, around the cabin. It's easy to ride, I think, is at low speeds. Like it's easy to just kind of putt around and do stuff. But then it's fun enough to take on the crazy trails, right?
And it's more capable than you think.
Yes. So it has a good wide range where you can put a beginner on it and not feel like they're going to fly off the handles. But then you can take it and go have fun and fly off the handle, and ride it off the side of the mountain if you want. So I like that for a lot of people that we take to the cabin or that come with us.
Yeah.
Is it's a nice one that anybody can just jump on and ride.
Yeah.
That's why I like the Beta.
What do you not like about it?
I don't ride it as good or as fast as, for example, the KTM. I think I feel better. I feel I'm definitely faster, as we saw.
Faster.
Definitely faster on the KTM.
Yeah.
It's not anything that I dislike. It's just not the everything bike that we want for other things, right?
Right, and we talk about the do-it-all bike, right? Mm-hmm. And the Beta is really good for those that don't care. They're not into the horsepower game. They just care about having a quality dirt bike that's a little bit more affordable. It's probably about $2,000, maybe $3,000 cheaper than like the 300 KTMs, but just as capable. Lower seat height, so it's not rip your arms power off, but plenty of low end grunt to trail ride, to ride technical terrain. That's probably who that bike is for.
Yeah.
And so for me, I love the Beta, and I have such an affinity for it because I feel like a hero when I'm riding it in really technical terrain.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is I can control the power, so I can really just work the bike, and it has a lower seat height, and I can do pivot turns. So to me, it feels like, oh yeah, this is child's play. I can do pivot turns all day long. I don't know if you can hear that. The military's flying over. But at the end of the day, it's like, I got to pick one, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, which one? If I could only have one, I would say I'd go with the KTM for the same reasons you said, is it's better, more versatile, do-it-all bike versus just being kind of even a niche bike like the 200RR is. But man, I love it. So probably we want to know what you guys think, and there's no one live on with us right now, but comment below what bike you think we should replace it. We'd love to replace it with a two-stroke. So here are our options. We don't know I don't think we want to go a 300 again. So
we've done a ton of 250s.
We've done it. The 250s XC is my favorite dirt bike in the world. But I'm like, I've ridden those for like 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to try something different so that I don't feel like all I am is a 250 XC guy. So that's why we bought the 300 XCW. But that doesn't mean that we are not tempted to either get the, a beta, 200 race edition, so it's got the better suspension. That's one negative that I think with the standard RR is I don't like the suspension as much as the faster I go. It starts to really wash out and be a little bit spongy and springy for me. But it's not terrible. It's just not great. So they have a KYB fork up front. They still have the Soch in the rear for the rear shock. So it's supposedly a little bit better in the front. So that's an option. The other option is the KTM or a Husqvarna 150. So the 150 XCW or the TE 150, I think they call it.
150, yeah, TE something.
I don't even know. Those are two options. Or getting the KTM 125 XC. So the two, all the KTMs have the fuel injection, but they are the TPI. But the new 125 XC's got the TBI. So it's got the new changes, new frame, new everything. I haven't owned a 125 two-stroke. So I have no idea. So to me, the curiosity of like, what is it like? We've owned you had that 2017 150.
Yeah.
And that was a fun bike. Secretly, I wish they would make a 200 XC.
And that's really what, as you can probably tell, we're looking at the 200 and under.
Yeah.
I think that's a testament to how much we liked the beta. The beta motor is we want to find that or something similar to that in another bike.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about replacing. Obviously, we've got the 4-strokes. We had the 300.
I've had 300 XC.
We have 250s.
I've had a 250 XCW. I've had multiple 250 XCs.
So 125, 150 is kind of this area. The 125, 150, 200 is kind of that area that we're looking to play around with. So.
Yeah. And honestly, the 300 motor is probably the best hard enduro all around two-stroke you can get, right? There's no argument of how well it does, especially when it comes to trail riding and so forth. And then you can argue that it's not nearly as good. The 300 motor is not nearly as good out in the wide open or fast flowy. Just the way the 300s make so much power down low versus the 250 makes it more up on the high end. So it's fantastic. We know it's fantastic. You know it's fantastic. Everyone does. So to me, it's like, it's just, I'm just adding my name to the mix. And so to me, it's like, if we got like a 125 or a 150 two-stroke, it's like, would I be able to do as much as I've been able to do on the 300 XCW or a 200 RR from Beta? Like, is it going to be as good? I don't know. We're going back. And the part of the reason why we want to go with the smaller two-strokes is I think they're underserved and undervalued for how excellent of a bike they are. That we all think we want to ride 450s and just as powerful bike as possible, and that we can really, basically our egos are bigger than our ability, right? That we all have that. So to me, it's like, I feel like I want to go back. The 200s made me fall in love with small bore two strokes. Yes, the 300 gets me out of jams, makes me a better rider than I really am. Yeah. So going to the smaller ones, I feel like I can more like throw it around, have more of that playful, fun feel that we're trying to search for. And, you know, the KTMs, I think, have a better suspension and narrower bike, and it's going to feel like a mountain bike with a motor. That's what I want, right?
Yeah, I mean, and that's what the 150 was when I had it.
Yeah.
It was a mountain bike with a motor. So let's see what one of the new ones feel like, whether it's 150, 125.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Should we get a 150 XCW? Should we get both? Get a 150 XCW and a 125 XC? Head to head. Which one would be better? Like, you know, we ride a mix of everything, right? And so one of these four strokes, like I could say, is probably going to stay in the garage. And so what that means is for cross country, desert riding, I'll probably be riding one of these. But when it starts to go into trail riding and gnarly single track and like our ridge trail, I want to go back to a two stroke. They just don't flame out as easy, and they're easier to ride and easier to do, you know, everything on it when it comes to hard enduro. So those are our thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. You know, we've talked too many bikes for so long. We need some input from you guys. I mean, and there's so many good choices right now. I think that's what's really nice is, I mean, I wish there was more. Don't get me wrong. I don't think there's enough, but at the same time, there's a lot of good options, especially for people trying to get into bikes. Yeah. Instead of jumping to these 450 four strokes or you know
250 300 two strokes.
Yeah. There's a lot of good options in that smaller motor, you know, that 200, the 150, 200, even 250, 125, yeah. Like those are great bikes, and I think they get overlooked too quickly. And that's the whole point, is we want to look at them and give them a really good fair shake.
And to not discriminate, we will also throw in the Sherco. Sherco makes a 125. And then I even think that TM Designs makes one. I don't know anyone that's ever owned a TM. Everyone says they're like a work of art and just put together really well. I have zero experience with them. The Sherco I have a lot more confidence in, just because we have a dealer down the road that I'm really, I'm really familiar with, and I've ridden them a bunch. And so we could even get a Beta 125. They even have, Beta has a 125 as well. Yeah. Or do we go to get a Beta X Trainer 300 and even go even smaller? You know, I don't know. I mean, that's the part of it is it's great that we have lots of options. But at the same time, it's hard because it's like, what, you know, if you could only have one bike, what would that be? That's my favorite question to ask any dirt biker, and they kind of hum and haw, and sometimes that they know what bike the bike they're currently having is their favorite.
The only bike they've ever had.
But yeah, and honestly, that we always joke too is the best bike in the world is the one you have in your garage. It doesn't matter what it is.
The one you're riding.
Yeah, right whatever it is, it's the best bike in the world. But we've been fortunate to be able to have access to a few different bikes in our my short career in dirt biking. But anyway, yeah, guys, let us know. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. What was the guy's name again?
Yeah, one more time.
Gone Rippin'.
Gone Rippin'.
You won a set of goggles from X2D Ride Co. So designed in Idaho. So hit us up, email me at sam@dirtbikesam. Guys, if you aren't already subscribed to Dirt Bike Sam as well, head over there, hit the subscription button. We've just got it started on that. I would love to get that up to like 10,000 in like a few months. I know that might be wishful thinking, but if a bunch of you guys went over there and hit the sub button for, from the Backcountry Live channel, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that's it. Got anything?
That's it. Thanks for watching, guys.
See you guys in the next video. Gone Rippin'.